Well, I don't know about you all, but I've had a morning. Anyway, here we are. We're doing a short stream today, but I wanted to make some progress in something, so Phoenix Wright it was. Alright, let's see. Boop. And, oh, I need to actually get the game up. Come back here, window capture. There we go. Giant, okay. Ooh. Ooh. A little bit smaller. So it fits nicely. There we go. Alright, where were we? Investigation. Okay. I believe there was a thing that we needed to talk to her more. Yes, you talk. Tender Lender. So, I'm kind of curious about your company, Tender Lender. With the warm and friendly atmosphere you'd expect from a family-sized business. A conscientious rate of interest, an attractive repayment policy. Hat not included, but hello, Hazel. Why do I get the feeling this sentence is not going to end well? We will tenderly lend you that little bit of extra here at Tender Lender. Hey, Nick, things are a bit tight for Wright & Co. at the moment, aren't they? No. I mean, there's the $500 you owe me for our card game, for starters. Why don't you take out a loan? Would I take out a loan at a place like this? Not so much. Tender Lender is on your side. So, let's say I'm late with my repayment. What happens then? We'd give you more coffee. Strong coffee. Right. I think I'd rather skip town. Hey, just remember I can make strong coffee too, Nick. Strong tea as well. What happened? So, what do you know about the incident we're investigating? What incident? Well, a man was poisoned in a restaurant just near here, that incident. Let me see. I was here that day, with the manager. The manager being the tiger? Furio Tigre. Furio? Or Furio. Tigre! So that's where the tiger comes from. Aesop's got a real name, Nick. Hurry, find out more about him. Alright, so let us present his profile, most likely. Let's inquire about this man. Can I ask you about the tiger? I mean, Mr. Tigre? Cookie? Sure? How do you like my cookies? I baked them myself. Hee hee hee. Go ahead, Nick. The honor is all yours. No. Ladies first, Maya. No matter how I look at this, I just don't get it. What are the tiger and this scary girl doing working together? We are lovers. It's not exactly coming across in your tone of voice. I owe Don Tigre my life. He's the one who saved me. The tiger saved you? Please, address him properly as Don Tigre, otherwise I'll have to... Okay, Don Tigre, of course, I'm sorry. You saved her life. I'd sure like to know how that happened. Do you wanna spill the beans? Yes, you do. I'm very frail, you see. Just recently I died once. You died? About 4 months ago. The doctors said to abandon all hope, ye who enter here. I guess they were expecting her to ride a boat to cross the river Styx. But Don Tigre, he saved me. He gave up everything. Everything? When I found out what he had done for me, I was happy. No offense, but I'm finding that a little hard to believe. I decided to pay him back with my life by serving him coffee and espresso. I still wonder about what's in her coffee. So is that why you've got that bandage around your head? This? The head bandage, yes, that. So what's the story with the bandage? I put it on after the operation. Operation? It's just a little injury. A little fatal injury. A fatal injury? I just suffered one herself by the sound of it. So that's the injury you were talking about before when you said you had died once. Yeah, cracking your head would probably do that. Oh, okay. Big secret. She really creeps me out, Nick. Same here, but we've got to find out the truth. Alright, do we have... Or let's try to see if we can't... Oh, okay. January 7th, Vitamin Square. There he is! Old Sadie's back feeding the pigeons again! There, take this, and get out of my park! Like I thought, he's really mad. Come on, Maya, just keep your head down, and let's sneak away while we still can... What? Why? Hello, man! What are you doing, Maya? Huh? Hey, he just turned his back on us. I'm not surprised. I bet I really hurt his pride in court this morning. Hey, Mr. Kudo! Pigeon cat. Look, we really need to talk to you, alright? Out with the demons! In with the good fortune! Ow! Ow. Seeds! Shell splinters! Painful! I always knew you were a demon, Maya. Sorry about what happened in the court earlier today. Everybody will be talking behind my back now. Dirty old man who was so busy looking at the servant girl's backside. I can't remember her face. A filthy, depraved animal. No, not at all. Are you listening to me, boy? I don't care what I say. I saw that waitress put it in. She put some white powder into the young lad's Javachino. We hear you. And another thing, the young layabout was wearing an earpiece on the same side as the lens of his broken spectacles. We're really sorry. So I made a little mistake about the vase. So what? I know what I saw. I tell you. Okay, take it easy. Please, Mr. Kudo. Don't tell me to take it easy, you spiky-haired brat. Take this! You said you were a craftsman, right? The modern world casts honest craftsmen like me aside in droves. Surely it's not like that. I come from a long line of craftsmen, right back to the time of the shoguns. Do you hear me? I didn't become an embroiderer, I was born one. Actually, I'm kind of in the same situation myself. I wanted to stick my fingers up that dribbling old judge's nose and scream right down his ear hole, "Objection!" Oh, so did you want to become a lawyer when you were young? I don't think that's quite it, Maya. I think he was just in a bad mood, that's all. I forgot to move over to the ad break. Anyway, I've just got a tsunami of frustration inside of me, ready to burst out. If we let him start rambling now, we'll never shut him up. What should I do? Cut in. Actually, we've got places to go, things to check and stuff. Maybe another time? Fine, whatever. Just don't forget, I've got a tsunami's worth of grumbling to do. Yes. This girl right here is looking forward to hearing it all, honest. I never said that. Come to the place where I work then. Here, bring this along with you. What is this? It's covered in seeds. A discount coupon for a burger? You really want someone to grumble at, huh? Although, this is a burger joint. Alright, let's go check out the burger joint then. Let's go here. Let's go here. Let's go here. Nope. Can I talk to you about it? Nope. Keep moving. Detention center, maybe? Criminal Affairs Department? Nope. Writing code law offices. Nope. Okay. Let's do a little walk around. Let's go to blue screens. No. Okay, moving. Okay, fine. We'll listen to the old man ramble. Yeah. Let him. Yeah. Suck it up. Guess I better let him talk. So there's not much call for craftsmen these days, then? Of course not, you idiot! All I'm good for nowadays is running errands! Errands? Everybody takes advantage of the elderly. Buy some bread, Gramps. Take the dog for a walk, Granddad. Feed the pigeons, old man. What am I, some sort of 2-bit community handyman? Well... Buy some bread, now that I can understand. What's the point of feeding some seedy pigeons? Why do people say what they may get lost? That's what they're trying to say. Oh yes, I'm an inconvenience, you see. At home, at the restaurant, I just get in the way, don't I? I'm sure you don't. Wait a minute. What did he just say? At home and at the restaurant. Hold up. By restaurant, are you talking about Tres Bien? Did you get asked to run an errand there too? Yes, I did. The very day that the young brat was poisoned. What? So on the day of the incident, what were you asked to do? Glad you asked, boy, because I'll tell you what I was asked to do. All of a sudden, that young lad slumped over at the table. The servant girl collapsed. And I broke that vase. It all happened so fast, I was in a bit of a daze, you see. Then the owner shouted to me, Excusez-moi, you call la police! Call them yourself, I should have said back, but I didn't think of it at the time. So did you end up calling the police? Like I said, I was in a bit of a daze. Did you call them on your cell phone? Do I look like I have one of those newfangled thingamajigs? I went looking for a payphone, of course. You went looking for one? Couldn't find one right away, you know. Wandered around for 5 minutes or so. 5 minutes? So for 5 minutes after the incident happened, yes sirree, the owner Tres Bien was on his own. Why didn't you mention it in the court this morning? Well, I would have if you given me the chance. But you all bullied me out of the courtroom. Thank you, Mr. Kudo. You've certainly earned your kudos for today. Wait a minute. If that's the case, there's one more thing I've got to say. Oh, yes, I remember something else. You'll have to escort the witness out to the courtroom. It's not my fault. You're the ones to blame. You could have at least told us before we got to court. Is it really that important Mr. Kudo was the one who called the police? What's important is the unaccounted for time before the police arrived. The victim was dead, and Maggie was unconscious. Which leaves that man alone in the restaurant, whatever the heck he identifies as. Mr. Kudo might have been chased out of the place on purpose. What do you mean? Maybe someone didn't want him in the restaurant. Ah! Oh, sure, you go ahead and say that I was in the way as usual. I suppose I should have been getting myself covered in pigeon poop instead? We need to get more details about what exactly happened. From Maggie and from Mr. Armstrong. Alright. Forward! Let's try the restaurant first. To the kitchen. January 7th, tries to begin. Kitchen. Looks like Mr. Armstrong's out again. He was just there 2 seconds ago! But the place is open for business. You can't have an open restaurant without a chef! Hey, it's not my fault, Nick. Don't take it out on me. Only a couple of minutes after the incident happened. Mr. Kudo left the scene, leaving Mr. Armstrong here alone. Missing when we need to talk to him the most. Maybe he's trying to avoid us on purpose? Let's examine some things. Now this is one large mirror. I bet this is where he makes himself look pretty. There's a book on the dresser. Clarice Armstrong's bedtime literature. Not exactly Pulitzer Prize winning material, is it? Looks like a collection of poems he's written. Poems? Cool! Read one out! And say it in your best friend's accent, with intensity, okay? Okay, here's what it's called. Printemps. The two of them, like actors from a film, the coffee still undrunk, sweet nothings over too soon. On that sad Saturday morning, the foolish cocktail, so delicious. Take the last sip of your tea, and know what I will do. I must lie to you, I must. Huh? That's it? Yep, that's the poem for you. Mew. What's this? Looks like a treasure chest of something. Wow, look at all these little bottles. Oh, they're aromatherapy oils. He's got so many, they're overflowing onto the floor. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 98, 100. They're all the same, too. Okay. Are you part of a multi-level marketing scheme that you want to tell us about? Now I know I'm in a French restaurant. I've never heard of most of these seasonings. Hey, Nick, this container has oyster sauce? What's that? Isn't that usually in Chinese food? Oh, what are these knives? They look really sharp. I'd like to see how one of those slices through a cheesecake. A cheesecake? You don't exactly need a sharp knife for one of those, Nick. That smells good. Something's bubbling away nicely in that pot. Must be a lobster and an albone fresque with a balsamic vinaigrette. Isn't that what I ate yesterday for lunch? Yeah, I think it's been permanently burned into my brain now. As an example of what truly awful food tastes like. I bet it'd taste really good if it were prepared well. Balmsy, even. What are these lacy curtains for? I don't know, but they give the place a real homey feel, don't they? Lace curtains. You know, if I was a cooking pot, I'd be perfectly happy to sit on a shelf under those. How do you respond to something like that? Oh, wait, hold on. Nope. Anything else? Anything else while we're here? Nope, okay. I guess we'll go to the detention center next. January 7th, detention center. Visitors room. Mr. Wright! Hello, Maggie. So they finished questioning you? Wasn't it just unbelievable in court today, sir? I'm going to stay up all night and blog about everything that happened. Weren't you scared? It was pretty touch and go in there. Yeah, but you totally nailed that old man. Well, He was all over the place in his testimony. He's not the only one. Huh? What do you mean? Everybody else's testimonies don't match up either. Not with what I remember of the incident, anyway. It's possible that she's the one misremembering things? Hold on. There is... here. Oh yeah, I've got something for you that you're going to love. Really? What is it? A lunchbox, just for you. Here. Wow, a lunchbox? Weenies, too! I can't believe it. Thank you, sir. Did you make this just for me, Mr. Wright? Nah, it was Detective Gumshoe. Who else would make you such a nice lunchbox for you? Detective Gumshoe? He's really worried about you. Looks like he put a lot of effort into making this, too. It's rice and weenies. Man has basic cooking skills, but still thought of you. I can't accept it. Detention center rules, no gifts allowed, sir. Hey, come on, Maggie. Don't be like that. The rules are rules. They lock you up if you break them. Somehow, when an ex-cop turns a waitress says that, it seems a whole lot scarier. And anyway... I hate weenies! Oh, really? It's all yours, Maya. You can enjoy it, Mr. Wright. But... she's right. It's better than letting it go to waste. But... I guess so. Gumshoe's lunchbox eaten with Maya. Well, how was it? That hit the spot. I love weenies. Oh, good. I'm glad I gave it to you then, sir. Alright, let's see. Contradictions. Maggie, you know how you said that everyone else provided testimony that doesn't match up with what you remember? Yep. There are just so many things that don't seem to add up. The biggest contradiction is the other guy I saw at the victim's table. Who could that possibly be? He was the one who slipped something into the victim's coffee. I'm sure it was him. But didn't Mr. Kudo testify earlier today that it was the waitress who put some white powder into his coffee cup? So you really think it was this disappearing man that did it? Well, he's not the only thing that disappeared. The CD vanished as well. You know, the CD with the writing on it? Oh yeah, the MC Screwdriver album, right? It was MC Bomber, Maya. The name was scrawled on the sports paper as well. They never did find the CD at the crime scene, sir. Or the victim's medication. That's gone missing too. Ouch, my head. It's getting way too complicated for me. You said that you passed out while the victim, Glenn Elg, collapsed, right? Yes, it was so embarrassing. I mean, I used to be a cop. I came to, the restaurant was buzzing with police, and before I knew what was going on, they arrested me, sir. So between the time the victim collapsed and the time the police arrived on the scene, you have no idea what went on at Tres Bien. No idea at all, sir. Why, is it important, Mr. Wright? The other witness, the old man from the park, was pretty much chased out of the picture. Chased out of the picture? What do you mean? Old Sadie wasn't inside the restaurant because he was told to go call the police. Call the police. Exactly, and you, Maggie, were unconscious. That means Mr. Armstrong was alone in the restaurant for a brief period of time. No, you don't think Mr. Armstrong set me up, do you? When you consider the facts, it's hard to imagine that Mr. Armstrong isn't involved in this at all. Ugh, it's like the master biting the paw of the dog that it feeds. Are you sure about this, Mr. Wright? Well, the old man said as much when we spoke to him earlier. I don't know. The things that man says don't add up for some reason, sir. Maggie looks like she's trying to figure something out. Maybe we should ask Maggie exactly what she knows about the old Sadie. Alright, so let us presente. Old man. feel much better after the trial this morning. I've been a bit of a courtroom proceedings addict for years now. Feels like forever since I saw a witness as slippery as that old man. He's not really that bad of an old man, though. Still, I feel a bit uneasy. Huh? I thought you just said you felt much better. Maggie, if there's something on your mind, you've got to tell us. Especially if it has anything to do with Mr. Kudo or his testimony. Roger, I'll spill it all and see what you make of it. Victor's testimony. Is there anything about Mr. Kudo's testimony that stood out as odd to you, other than the whole thing? Actually, yes. The fact that he was even testifying to begin with doesn't quite what? Well, when I took the coffee over to the victim's table... It's true there was another customer in the restaurant. Yeah, we know already. It was Victor Kudo. But I can't really say... It was an old man. Okay, then how about calling him a really old middle-aged man? No, age isn't the issue. The other customer was... a woman. A woman? Are you sure, Maggie? Well, I'm not 100% sure, but I think so. So, what did this woman look like? She was sort of creepy, and she had kind of a cackling laugh. Creepy... cackling? Why do I get the feeling I've come across this woman like that recently? I don't know, because we just left her office? Actually, can we... Yes, we can presente. I know I used to be on the police force, sir. But I'm incarcerated now, so I can't use my connections to help you... Girl, I was trying to see if you recognize her face. All I can tell you about now are info about ex-cons or clients of Trace Bien, sir. Aw, don't let it get too... That's exactly what I was trying to follow through with. Okay, never mind then, I guess. Alright. Let's go back to Trace Bien. Let's go back to the Tender Lender. Let's go back to... the Tender Lender. Let's save really quick. No, don't load. Save. And now... let us presente. Let's see if we got enough for this. The head bandage. You said that the bandage around your head was from an operation. You also said you suffered from a fatal injury to the head, correct? Yes, the operation was very difficult, apparently. Now, by fatal injury, you mean you were hurt very badly somehow, right? Hee. Did the injury in question have something to do with this? Probably the motorcycle. Well? Donuts? Huh? I baked them myself. Homemade donuts. Have one. What's inside? Jam and... I'm sorry, but I didn't quite catch that. Hee. Thanks, but no thanks. I think I'll pass. I guess that was a flop. Okay, hold on. What happened to this one Frida with such a huge bandage around her head? There must be some piece of bed, yes. Now, oh! Get donut off. Okay! That was an achievement. Okay, hold on. Let's see, we've got... This is Okay. Job listings, lunch special, scooter. Floor plans, crime photo, coffee cup, lottery ticket, prescription bag, calendar, horse racing tickets. Car repair bill. Okay. I have here a car repair bill. From this, it seems pretty obvious that the car was involved in an accident. Let me see that. This bill is made out to the Cadaverinis? Cadaver. Yes, it is. I don't think I ever introduced myself. Tell me, what do the Cadaverinis have to do with me? Something tells me she's not about to say hi and introduce herself. Alright then. Your relationship with the Cadaverinis is very strong, and this is why. Wrong button. Sorry about that. I meant to do profiles. Okay, Alright, let's go back to evidence real quick. Not the Tres Bien match, it's not this. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. Nope. Loan contract. Job listings, magazine, clipping, sports paper. Alright, back to the profiles real quick. Yeah, because she didn't actually introduce herself. Was it through him? Yeah, I'm gonna say it was through him. Am I correct? Nope, I am not correct. Have I not met him yet? Okay. Move. Move. Move some more. Move some more. Can I talk to you about anything else? Nope. Alright, what do I do? Guide, help me out here. What do I do? Do. Right, okay. Alright, okay. Okay. 2 criminal affairs. January 7th, Police Station, Criminal Affairs Department. Maid server just went up in smoke! Why the heck isn't the press conference set up yet? The superintendent's already here! Yeah, there's a problem with the internet, too. Like mine. I already told you to stop using your computer, Chi. But I'm watching videos online. I'm catching up on my Asian soap operas. It's gonna have to wait, Chief. I'm throwing the switch. No, just when some young guy, oh my, was about to confess to son's too hot to trot girlfriend. Wow, this place is really buzzing. Something must be going down. Something really big. Huh? What are you doing here, pal? Detective Gumshoe! You can't be here right now. You'll be roped into the briefing if you stay. Huh? We've got big problems here today. Why? What's going on? It's a virus! A virus! A virus? There's a virus ripping through my precinct's computer system. Oh no. I really need to ask you some questions! Quick, talk to me! Okay, I'm only gonna say this once, so listen up. Yes? No matter how poor you get, never borrow money from a place like this, you hear? Very true. Okay. If you got money trouble, just go on a diet of instant noodles and hang in there. We're not thinking about borrowing money, Detective. We want information. Oh, is that all? Well, let's see. Tender lender is considered to be even fishier than the average illegal loan shark. And it seems to have run into trouble just recently. Those guys have been pretty heavy-handed, calling in all their debts. Really? Don't go poking your nose around their business, pal. You'll really regret it if you upset that lady. Alright, I get the picture. Hey, wait a minute. What did you just say? That lady? Who's this lady he's talking about, Nick? Better find out what the story is with the lady. Okay. Well, presente. This one. That's the girl who works over at Tender Letter. You want to stay away from her, okay? I mean it. She does look kind of unforgiving, doesn't she? That should be the least of your worries, pal. What's that supposed to mean? Her name is Violetta, Cadaverini. She's the only granddaughter of Bruto Cadaverini. Bruto Cadaverini? Do you know who that even is, Nick? Never heard of him. Bruto Cadaverini's the boss of the Cadaverini family. The Cadaverinis? That's one scary-sounding name. It's got cadaver right in it! We can't touch them. They're way too powerful for the police. But you're thinking of taking them on, aren't you? No, I don't remember ever saying I was going to. Better get some more information out of Gumshoe about this family. Wait, nope, don't move. Don't move. Talk to the man. I'm not sure if I really want to get involved in this, but who are the Cadaverinis? Who are they? Scary bunch of people, that's who. You're a cop and you're scared? What's this about? Trust me, it doesn't matter if you're a kid or a cop, these guys are scary. They've got some serious clout in the criminal underworld. We can't touch them. They've got too much moolah. Moolah, as in, pretty much control all the cash in the city's black market. Black market, huh? That includes Tender Lender, I take it? Sure. No one stands up to Bruto Cavaldarini. And I mean no one. Interesting. So Viola's the granddaughter of some mafia boss, then? Yeah, everybody knows how much Bruto loves his little girl. She means everything to him. So, how did she end up at Tender Lender? I don't know, pal. But I heard she and the boss of Tender Lender are pretty tight. Tight? That's what it said in the file when it related to Maggie's case. Sounds like a pretty important clue. Thank you, computer virus. So what exactly is a computer? I know what a computer virus is, but Maya doesn't know. I don't know. What? Look, I just go with the flow, alright, pal? He is not technologically illiterate. And here I thought detectives were supposed to be somewhat knowledgeable. What's with that face, pal? You think you know what a virus is? Well, Nick, do you? Computer virus? Sure. I mean, only in simple terms, of course. Really? Wow, you know everything, Professor Nick. Yeah, I'm gonna call you Dr. Bright from now on. Wrong franchise? Hey, that sounds pretty cool, don't you agree, Dr. Bright? Why do you get the feeling they're making fun of me? Okay, fine. I'm no expert, but I can at least explain the basics to the two of you. What's a virus? A virus is a program that gets inside a computer and causes damage. Damage? You mean it makes the machine go boom and explode? No, the damage is, well, it's all internal. So the inside goes boom, right? Sometimes. Imagine all the case data you've stored in your PC here in the station. A virus could wipe all of that. That's kind of the damage I'm talking about. Whoa, that's scary! Yeah, and what's even more scary is that the viruses are infectious. Infectious? Most computers are connected together on a network, right? Virus can move from one machine to another over the network. So the virus just keeps spreading faster and faster. Just like a real virus, huh? But Nick, why would anyone want to make a program like that? Yeah, it takes ages to type in all that data. What do they want to destroy it about? Multiple reasons? No, people don't infect their own machines. They send the virus to someone else's. What? That's horrible! Oh, I get it. It's like you sneezing on Mr. Godot so he catches a cold. Right, then he wouldn't be able to turn up in court because he's too sick. You really shouldn't do stuff like that, Nick. It's wrong. Who, what, where, when, and why did the conversation jump to talking about me? Anyway, that's what a computer virus is. A bad program that causes damage. And all the different viruses have names, right? I kind of feel like I've heard the name of the virus we caught somewhere before. The name of the virus. Huh? I feel like I've heard it before, too. Alright, let's move back to... Moving... Because that was the bit of information I was missing to at least get a lock off of her. So, back here... Present... This... Back to this... Alright, let's see if we can unlock her. Alright. So, car repair bill. Profile. This old man. I know exactly who you are. Viola Cadavarini. You sustained that injury from a traffic accident, didn't you? It happened about 4 months ago. I was driving one of our family cars when someone pulled out in front of me. Who could it possibly be? It was a motorbike, or something like that. I don't remember it much. Anyways, I swerved to try and avoid it, but... I took a blow to the head. A bad one. Yeah, I can imagine. So what happened to the person on the bike? I'm guessing they didn't get away with injuring the Viola Cadavarini, right? I don't know what happened to them. They ran away, or so I heard. Ran away? If they stayed, I'd have... Is it possible? Could that person who committed the hit and run have been? Yes. It was this man, wasn't it? He was the cause of your accident? It wasn't Don Tigre. I refuse to believe it. We collided the motorbike and my car, but Don Tigre isn't injured at all. Is he? It was the tiger who caused Viola to crash. I can feel it. Plus, one of her locks just broke, so she must suspect it was him too. I'm sorry, Mrs. Cadaverini. But I have proof that the tiger was involved in a traffic accident on his bike. To the bike. Is it injured? The wheel guard is all smashed up, so yes. It's not exactly a motorbike, but Mr. Tigre rides around on a scooter, doesn't he? And you'll notice that the front wheel guard is badly damaged. Miss Cadaverini, you know the truth, don't you? The repair bill was paid by Furio Tigre. The Cadaverinis have known for ages who caused the accident, haven't they? It's possible, perhaps. Somewhere inside me, I know that may be true. I knew it. But Don Tigre still saved my life. The operation was very complicated. It was very, very expensive. How much are we talking? Very, very, very expensive. She seems kind of hesitant about giving me the actual figure. I should back off. Well, anyway, it was the tiger who paid for it, right? After I recovered, Don Tigre told me. He said he paid for the operation because he cared about me. I believe him. Really? But do you honestly believe that to be true? Do you want to know what I think? I think the reason he paid the operation wasn't because of you, but because of someone else. Grandpa wouldn't have allowed it. Perhaps I shouldn't be saying this, but your grandfather, Bruto Cadaverini, controls a lot of dubious cash, right? And yours, beloved pride and joy. Sure, I don't know exactly how much the operation cost, but if you weren't the granddaughter of Mr. Cadaverini, do you think Mr. Tigre would have paid all the money? $1 million. Hooray! Tell me the story. 4 months ago, I was in a traffic accident. That's why I needed the operation. When I woke up, they told me it was nothing serious, a simple procedure. Oh, really? Well, I guess if she's recovered in 4 months, it couldn't have been too big. They said the operation cost $1 million. $1 million bucks? My grandfather ordered Don Tigre to pay $1 million in compensation. Compensation, huh? It's underworld lingo for paying money to settle a score. Basically, pay or get into some serious trouble. But $1 million bucks? This has to be related to her poisoning case somehow. Compensation. I wanted to believe him. I wanted to trust what Don Tigre said. He said it had nothing to do with my grandfather being Bruto Cadaverini. I wanted to believe he helped me because he cared about me, not about my grandfather. But I knew that wasn't really true. Well, I'm so sorry. What he did to get the money was evil. He said it was all for me, so I helped him. You helped him? In what way? Here, take these. What are these? Medical papers? I'm Bruto Cadaverini's granddaughter. He had to pay compensation. He was made an offer he simply couldn't refuse. Viola's medical papers. A $1 million bill for cranial surgery. Payment was due last year. No, I feel so bad for Viola. It's inexcusable. Huh? There are two things that I consider inexcusable. Poisoning and betrayal. Only a coward would hurt people using either of these tactics. Is everything alright, Nick? We should get going. Right after we finish our espresso. Yeah. I won't need to convince Viola of anything else, so I guess I can get rid of this. Repair bill thrown into the trash. Now let's see if we can't. Mr. Armstrong. Mr. Armstrong. Let's try the detention center real quick. I don't think I can talk to her about anything else. Criminal Affairs Department. Okay. Oh, I should probably try. Excuse me, pardon me. I went the wrong way again. Excuse me, pardon me. Should probably try here. Oh, okay. No. Moving, 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 moving. And back to the... okay. Help me, guide. What am I doing? Okay. So it is back to Criminal Affairs Department. And boop. Back to Criminal Affairs, back to Gumshoe. Oops, wrong button. Do. Gumshoe. I guess let's present the CD. Detective Gumshoe, about this. Ah, that's it! That stupid name, I remember it now! I thought so, here it comes. Don't just nod and keep me in the dark, Nick, what's going on? It's okay, Ma, you don't have to cry about it. The name scribbled on the trial sports paper, and the name written on that CD. That's the name of the virus! MC Bomber! What? Yeah, the virus just infected every computer in the station, pal. It's MC Bomber! Can you give us any more details, please? We already knew about the MC Bomber virus from a while back. A group of criminals issued a series of demands to the head of the honchos of law enforcement. They threatened to release the virus if their demands weren't met. Who are they? I don't know. Some hotshots from the criminal underworld would be my guess. And now the virus has been released, huh? Yeah, it's in every computer in every public office in the city. Oof. Everyone's going nuts. They're hopping around like they're dancing at a carnival. All this stuff with criminals and viruses almost feels like we're in a sci-fi movie. Unfortunately, that is a fairly common thing about our modern era. Apparently the programmer who made this virus was a real genius or something. Focus right now is on tracing the route of this virus on the black market. You mean someone put this virus up for sale? Yeah, and because this one's so powerful, they're estimating its price tag is in millions of dollars, pal. In millions? A virus can be worth that much? MC Bomber updated with the court record. Found a tender lender contains a computer virus program. Arg, I can't believe it. I almost forgot the most important thing. And that is, you know, the lunchbox. How did everything go? The lunchbox. You remember the weenies? I hate weenies. Oh yeah, those weenies. Like these weenies. So, how did my weenie taste when they went down the hatch? Well, it was delicious. Yeah, that's what she said, really? Well, not exactly. Don't worry about it, pal. I figured something would happen, so I came prepared. Prepared? What do you mean? I made a jumbo lunchbox! Oh, his limited cooking skills. Oh. Do me a favor again, huh, pal? Deliver this? This sure is a heavy burden. In more ways than one. I can just imagine Maggie's little eyes sparkling with joy when you bring her that. Weenies, again, now tell me you don't have to eat all those. Fills his stomach with love and plenty of weenies. I really can't eat anymore. Alright, let's move to... Okay, she's gone, so move to... And move to... Blue screen. Really, okay. Okay, let's go back to Trace Bean then and move to the kitchen, perhaps? Nope. I'm gonna just... Oh, right, she had a thing. I forgot she had a thing. Back to blue screen we go. Would you mind? I'm sorry, that's a never mind. She doesn't want to talk about this. Okay, hold on. I guess we'll talk to her then. Alright. Let's present his profile and start talking about him. Yes, you, not you. About Mr. Elg. He was a top programmer. I would even say he was a genius. But he did suffer from one or two bugs in his personality. Oh? Like what? He was a bit of a loser. Perhaps that would be the best way to describe it. That's what got him into trouble. What's the matter? He was a top programmer. I would even say he was a genius. So he was really no trouble at all. A model employee. Hey, wait a minute. Just now you said about him being in trouble. We've got to find out exactly what the trouble was. It surely wasn't a gambling problem. Surely he didn't bet all his money on the Uma Musume. Was he in some kind of trouble? I'm sorry? Why would you think that? I thought you said something about it just now. You said he got himself into trouble because he was a bit of a loser? Okay. Okay. I probably have enough for this. I guess Mr. Elg is like every other man in his own pile of secrets. Okay, that's why I couldn't. So now we'll exit and present the... Yes, I was behind a couple of steps. Lynn's troubles. So how about you tell me what kind of trouble Mr. Elg was in? I'm sorry, sir, but I don't have the deal with troubleshooting here. Perhaps you would like to speak to someone in customer service? What are you talking about? I guess I'd better just take a shot and see where it gets me. Miss Basil, let me ask you something. Mr. Elg's troubles have something to do with this? Yeah, probably. What is that? A bunch of horse racing tickets. All losing ones. Unfortunately, he bet on Gold Chip, and Gold Chip wasn't feeling it that day. With that many tickets, you could get $1 at the recycling center. good people are very, very bad. Cashing in on others' misfortune is immoral. Is that a whip of hypocrisy I smell? What's the relevance of the tickets? The victim, Mr. Glen Elg. He had a gambling habit, didn't he? I don't think that's a logical conclusion based on the facts. Everyone likes to go to races from time to time. I don't. Yeah, but not everyone buys this many tickets. Anyway, I don't believe that proves anything on its own. You're right, but I'm not through yet. Mr. Elk's gambling wasn't restricted to horse races, was it? It was the lottery? Everyone likes to gamble from time to time. Huh? But be careful. If you're careless, you could lose money. Your money, people's trust, etc. Or lose everything. Looks like I got that one wrong. Anyway, I don't believe that proves anything on its own. You're right, but I'm not through yet. Restricted to horse races. Okay. Okay. Victim's lottery ticket. Yeah, okay. I had the right idea, just the wrong piece of evidence. The lottery, horse racing, he bought a lot of tickets and lost a lot of times. That's gotta have hurt his wallet pretty bad, don't you think? Maybe bad enough to cause some pretty serious trouble, perhaps? No! You're right, Glenn did have a gambling habit. You good people must not follow his example, do you understand? Trust me, even if I wanted to, I don't exactly have the money to buy any. But if you win, there's no problem, is there? And Glenn's had a winning ticket, didn't he, for $500,000? Yeah, but it's hard to imagine how he could have been in trouble then, isn't there? It's true that Mr. Elk won $500,000, but he never cashed it, in the end. But that was his first stroke of good luck. He was in deep trouble before that. Deep trouble? What do you mean? Mr. Elk's real problem was with someone or something more terrifying and ferocious. Okay. Mr. Elk met with someone on that day he was killed. He even made a note of it on his calendar about the meeting. Meet with the tiger. I mean, it's even got a little jockey on it. What is the relevance of that? Are you trying to suggest that Glenn was meeting him to discuss his debt? Yes! Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. But I've never heard anything about the tiger before. Maybe he's not even human. Maybe he really is a tiger. I'm no programmer, but does she really expect me to buy such messed up logic? In that case, I think it's time to introduce you to the tiger. This real person. This real person with this terrible orange tan. Florio Tigre, aka the Tiger, is the boss of a loan office called Tender Lender. This is who Mr. Elg met on the day of his murder. And the only thing a loan shark would talk with him about would be his debts. Take my words. No! Is it true that Glenn had racked up quite a bit of... It is true that Glenn had racked up quite a bit of debt from his gambling habit. About $100,000, I think. $100,000! Ouch. But I heard he won the lottery, so he should have been in the clear. Shame Maggie couldn't get a bit of that good luck. Okay, so the guy got lucky and won the lottery. But what if he hadn't won? What was his plan then? Well, it isn't easy to say, but he said he would use his talents to repay the money. By ransoming. His talents? I suspect he was talking about programming. What computer program is worth... Well, gee, I wonder what computer program is worth $1 million. Perhaps you good people should leave so I can get back to my work. I'm so close to cracking her. Program in question. Was it by any chance this? Well, this is it, isn't it? This is the virus that's infecting the computers worldwide as we speak. MC Bomber. No! Yay. Gwen's troubles. Gwen had more processing power than any computer. But it had been infected with a gambling virus. Gwen was in too deep. You mean he was in debt? Yes. $1 million in debt. Not an easy amount to repay. So, he said he was taking on some extra work, something a bit risky. Risky? How? Maybe he was going to become a waitress at Traceman. Whatever. Where do you come up with these ideas? So it's safe to say that Mr. Alg was the creator of this virus, huh? The MC Bomber virus? Yes. It was the work of genius in a bad sort of way, of course, but still genius. Something like that would probably fetch several $1 million on the black market. Inconceivable. Gumshoe was right for a change! The date December 3rd, that's marked on the calendar. That was his deadline for repaying his debts. MC Bomber updated in the court record. I guess we won't be needing the horse racing tickets anymore. Knuckles losing a horse ticket, thrown back on the... Didn't even recycle them. Use the trash can, Nick! Mr. Armstrong. January 7th, Trace Bien. Bonjour, I have been waiting for you to return. Mr. Armstrong. Good timing. I was hoping to find you. Good timing. I was hoping to find you here. We'd like to ask you a few questions. Well, he hasn't got anything to say to you fuse fellas. Oh, hey, buddy. It's Zin Ahop. What are you calling Zini Oob? Yeah! Come out from under the table already, Maya. Okay, hand it over. What? Yous wanna play games with me? I don't recommend that. The medical papers, now. Uh-oh, I think he wants Viola Cadaverini's papers back. You mean this? The $1 million medical papers? Miss Cadaverini trusted you. That's why she said that she helped you. Get about it. The girl's dumber than an eggplant. You just want to know what's sad? I'll tell you what's sad, and only her face. She thinks she's got power because she's a brittle little girl. Now that's sad. I can't let you have these papers. Tomorrow in court, I'm going to expose what you did and to get 1 million you used to pay this off. Are you crazy or something? I don't care what you want. I don't care if you want to give it to me or not. There's 2 of us here. You got that? 2. Mr. Armstrong? Forgive me. This all, I cannot argue with him. That really hurt. Is that all you's got? Be taking those papers now. Armstrong, get that later. Wait! Don't take it too hard. Phoenix, right? That was so stupid. I shouldn't have let my guard down. Those medical papers were vital evidence. Hold it, pal! Detective Gumshoe! Detective? You think you're gonna stop me, Copper? Beat it! Growler. Whoa! Come on, Gumshoe. Keep it together. You guys, get out of here. Leave this guy to me. But go, pal, and take this. If you get hurt, who's gonna look after Maggie, huh? All right. Thanks, Gumshoe. Wait, Nick, don't leave me behind. I'll get even with that guy tomorrow. In court. Tenderlander is going down. Oh, okay. We'll start part of the trial. I'll probably have to stop in the middle, but... Save it! We made progress! Yay! January 8th, 9:46 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 1. Good morning, Mr. Wright. Good morning, Maggie. So what do you think is going to happen today, sir? Yesterday's session didn't go so well and ended up on a giant mystery. That's true. And we still haven't solved a single part of it yet. Are you okay, Nick? Huh? Oh, yeah, of course. I saw that little flash of doubt in your eyes. No, that wasn't doubt. That was, determination. Oh, is Phoenix filled with determination? Why don't I believe you? It's nearly time, Maggie. You better get going to the defendant's seat. Roger, don't let me down, Mr. Wright. I'm counting on you. Hey, pal. Gumshoe. Hey, Detective Gumshoe. Quit stressing Maggie out. She doesn't need that. How do you know she was stressed? I was watching through the doorway. Oh. You look like you lost the case already. Show a bit of confidence, will you, pal? Here, maybe this'll help. Huh? Have you taken up aromatherapy too? Not in a million years, pal. Don't tell me you don't remember this thing. Come to think of it, it does look like one of those aromatherapy bottles. This is a small bottle that turned up in Trey's band a couple days ago. Oh, look at all these little bottles. Oh, they're aromatherapy oils. He's got so many, they're overflowing onto the floor. Hey, wait a minute. There's one bottle that's different from all the rest. Well, what do you know? It doesn't have a label either. And sniff, it doesn't smell. Oh. Finally got the analyze results back from the lab. So, what is it? Is it the poison? I'm afraid not, pal. It's medication. Medication? Yeah, for ears. Topical use only, apparently. Ah, so there's the missing medication. For ears? You mean... Yeah, that's the medication Glenelg was using on his ruptured eardrum. What was Glenelg's ear medicine doing in the kitchen? What about the unidentified fingerprints? Anything on that? Someone screwed up, so they only had time to analyze the contents of the bottle. Another hour and they might have gotten something on the prints, but... that's going to weaken its impact as a piece of evidence. Okay, pal, this is it. Make sure your defense is impregnable today, got it? Today's trial. I'm gonna expose that guy for what he's done, or my name isn't Phoenix Wright. January 8th, 10 a.m., District Court, Courtroom number 4. How many cups of coffee today, kiddo? Court is now in session for the trial of Maggie Bird. The defense is ready, Your Honor. 1. Ready and waiting, as always, Your Honor. Very good. Then we'll get underway at once. Yesterday we heard the testimony of Mr. Victor Kudo. He claimed to have witnessed the defendant putting a powder into the victim's coffee. However, the witness testimony was plagued with a number of problems. The mark on the rim of the cup that showed the victim drank it was with his right hand. But according to the old man's testimony, he picked it up with his left hand. Thank you, Mr. Godot. Furthermore, according to the witness's account, the victim was listening to the radio with an earpiece in his left ear. Yet the victim's left eardrum was ruptured, which made him effectively deaf in that ear. It's amazing how many contradictions a single case can have, huh, Nick? Ha! Allow me to enlighten you, Your Honor. The world, you see, keeps turning, and we must turn with it. You've lost me already, Mr. Godot. Don't let the mysteries of yesterday mystify you today. Only losers think like that. You gotta change with the times. That's one of my rules. Are you implying that you've resolved these contradictions? You know the answers to these riddles? The old guy wasn't just throwing seeds in here, he was throwing us off the scent. And today I'll prove it. Very well. Let the first witness take the stand. And you are? Oh, bonjour, everyone. I am Jean Armstrong, the owner and head chef of La Trespian Restaurant Enchanté. Forgive me for asking, witness, but are you a woman? Why is everybody doing this? Oh la la, monsieur. As you can see, I am la pert and perky gentleman, non? On the day of the incident, you were in the Trespian's kitchen. Isn't that right? Was you, monsieur? Everything feels right. 2. Ha. Wow, he's totally unfazed. Doesn't anything intimidate this guy? Listen, he's got charm oozing everywhere. Sometimes it doesn't work. Very well, your testimony, please, witness. Please tell the court what happened on the day of Trespian. Why? Volunteers, I cannot speak French. I think we all know this. I took Spanish and Japanese. It all happened. There were 2 customers in my restaurant. I remember I was experimenting with some new art deco that day. Like having a large mirror between the tables, for example. Why? Perhaps that was what the old man was looking at? La cup, la earpiece, and la glasses would have seen everything in reverse, none? A mirror? A mirror? A grand mirror. The most enormous mirror. And suddenly, the mystery disappears. Like I said, the world keeps turning, so roll with it. That would explain the coffee cup and the earpiece conundrum. The mirror would have made everything appear back to front. What the heck? That's way too early in the morning for this to be happening to me! Now then, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. Oh boy! I know the floor plans will come into play. Alright. So first order of business is we're saving. Okay, so we're gonna, as per usual, press everything. And who were those 2 customers exactly? Of course, the young man who died. And the other, not-so-young man. You were referring to yesterday's witness, I presume? What about the other man Maggie says she saw at the table? That's one! Something tells me Mr. Armstrong isn't planning to disclose his existence because he also has a contract with him. We need some hard evidence first before we can bring him up, don't we? Guess I'll just have to try a different approach for the time being. Decorations. Press that. You were experimenting with Art Deco? How come I never heard about that before today? You are not familiar with the language of interior design, monsieur? Monsieur, please stay on topic. Now, why didn't you tell the court about this before? But I did, just a few moments ago. Excuse me, Mr. Armstrong? This deco you mentioned, are you referring to some sort of decorateur? No, Art Deco as a style of design, Your Honor. He's talking about interior design, walls, ceilings, carpets, that kind of thing. Oh, yes. Of course, that deco. I was trying to achieve a more effeminate look for my restaurant. I was planning on the most bold remodeling of la decor. Between the tables, for example. Okay, let's just double check the... To the court record. Okay, floor plans. Check the floor plans. I don't see any spot for a mirror. Let's press it anyway. How big of a mirror are we talking about here? Oof. Something about 4 meters wide and about 2 meters high? Let's see, if 1 meter is about 1 yard. Holy glass in a frame, that's huge! I was intending to install it on the ceiling eventually. The ceiling? Was there a mirror on the ceiling? I don't remember. I was numb, but I decided not to go through with it in the end. What should I do? Should I ask him more about the mirror or not? Press harder! If you really had such a large mirror in the restaurant, someone would have noticed it. But there's nothing about a mirror on Mr. Kudo or Maggie Bird's testimonies. But... You didn't ask, Trite. You only have yourself to blame for such sloppy work. What? A mirror was delivered to Trisby the day before the incident. Really? And Mr. Armstrong testified he was carrying out some design changes. And as it turned out, he didn't actually use the mirror in the end. This just doesn't add up. Even if a mirror was delivered to Trisby, it doesn't prove that it was in the restaurant on the day of the crime. Huh, you want to doubt someone, Trite? Look in the mirror. I'm sure the person looking back at you will be dubious enough. So the witness yesterday had seen the victim reflected in a mirror. Perhaps that's what he was looking at. Normally, I'd expect people to know the difference between a reflection and a real object. Normally? How does normality come into this? That's lame, Trite, even for you. Huh? Are you trying to say that if something isn't normal, it isn't possible? Is that it? In this universe that we live in? Where does that leave the porch-headed lawyer and the top-knot chick over there? And the ungodly cool guy with the mask over here? Well, Trite. Ack! Not the hair! I do not have a top knot! Mr. Godot was correct. The lack of normality is no basis for discounting an argument. Man, logic has won the day. What? Okay, I want to try the floor plans, but I'm gonna save first. Okay. Present. Not present. The court record. Court record. Boop, 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 boop. Boop. Boop, boop, boop. Boop. Okay, let's check the crime photo. Okay. So, again, no mirror. Not it? Okay. Hold on. Let's just get the guide up for ease of use. Because I'm thinking it's either the floor plans or the crime scene photo. Oh, I gotta press everything. Okay, I missed one. Because I thought he was done talking. Press it. Everything? He would have seen everything in reverse? Wait. Hey, Nick. We should take a second to think about what Old Man Seedy said in his testimony. How did he phrase it again? The boy was wearing the earpiece on the same side as green lens on his specs. No question. You can lock me up if it was in his left ear without it. It was in his left ear without a doubt. Then he used the same hand to pick up the cup, his left hand. If he saw everything described it as reflected in a mirror, then everything he saw with left would actually be on the right, huh? And that clears up all the problems with his testimony, I guess. Or does it? Ha! It's kind of hard to believe everything's the fault of a mirror, but... Do you think old CD saw everything through a reflection? If he did, it would explain all the contradictions in his testimony. That just makes the situation worse for Maggie. There's gotta be something in that old man's testimony. We just gotta dig deeper. Alright. Large mirror between the tables, for example. So, I'm pretty sure it's the crime scene photo? Okay. Okay. So, we're gonna go back. And we're gonna count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Court record, profiles, victim. The victim was a programmer, worn the HDM over his left eye, left eardrum was ruptured. Okay. The coffee cup, the earpiece, and the HDM. Let's think back over Mr. Koto's testimony for a second, shall we? Boy was wearing an earpiece on the same side of the green lens of his specs. No question, you can lock me up if I'm wrong, it's his left ear without a doubt. So, to summarize, we were told that both the HDM and the earpiece were on the victim's left side. Now, if Mr. Kudo saw that as a reflection in a mirror, it means both the HDM and the earpiece were actually on the victim's right side. Exactamente. You see, monsieur, now that you think about it, it is not so hard, no? Unfortunately, that's where we run into a monumental contradiction with the facts. Mr. Koda really did see everything in a mirror. Why the HDM is now on the wrong side of his head? HMD, whatever. Order. Mr. Wright is correct. If the witness genuinely observed the victim reflected in a mirror, then we would expect the victim's eyepiece to have been over on his right eye. Are we on 2 or 3? How bitter. I think this was 2. Trite, you should have a taste of this bitterness. It'll calm you down in no time. Are we talking about your coffee or something completely different? You'd understand the way the witness thinks. How he thinks? You remember this, I presume? I broke the vase. Sorry, apology. I mean, Mr. Kudo's sworn testimony? Exactly. The old man had one very grievous habit, other than throwing seeds. The more of an impression something makes, the more muddled his mind makes it. And the most striking thing about Mr. Elg? Clearly, it's the victim's eyepiece, Scouter. And that's my point. The old man strikes again. Mr. Elg's HMD made a big impression on the old man. 3. I saw the earpiece on those newfangled spectacles he was wearing. Oh, yes, they were both on his left ear. Do you hear? His left ear! Huh. Well, Trite? That's the worst, but best impression of Mr. Kudo ever. Wow, I really thought he was old City for a minute there. Kudo's good. Enough. I must agree that yesterday's witness was irresponsibly rash in much of his testimony. Bad luck, Nick. Looks like the boil of contradiction you found was just a rash. A mirror can't be beaten by a handful of seeds, nor can it lie. So what exactly was the old man looking at? Fill us in, Mr. Armstrong. Go on, tell the court. We're all ears. I can explain. Please, if you will look at the plans for la restaurant. A mirror. Alors, is everyone sitting comfortably? The mirror was in the middle of the restaurant, dividing the it was not? There was only one seat from which you could have seen an image of la victime. That was the seat at the table next to the victims, where the old man was sitting. After the terrible incident occurred, I moved the mirror so it was not in the way. How did you move the mirror so it was not in the way? That's huge. But naturally I did not touch anything else. I see no problems with the explanation we have just heard! I see at least 3 problems with the explanation we have just heard! From the table next to the victim, Sister Kudo could have seen the victim in the mirror. The naughty little coquette I am, confusing all the men like this. Don't worry about it. We can keep up, except for the guy breaking out in a cold sweat over there again. I hate that guy. You didn't touch anything else apart from the mirror? Are you quite sure about that? Well, of course. Very well, Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, if you please. The mirror. We're just gonna press everything again. So, run that by me again. The mirror was here, correct? Oi, really? Because no, if I were you, I wouldn't have put the mirror there, it'd be in the way! Look who's talking, Trite. Huh? You're obstructing my view, among other things. But this is my seat in the courtroom! Trisbian's charm is that it gives you the impression that you're the only customer. Temporarily placing a mirror in that spot would hardly be in the way. Unlike you, Trite. I tell you, Monsieur, La Mirror was in the middle of the restaurant. Okay. There's only one seat which you could have seen the victim. That was it. Press that. So why can you only see the victim in that particular seat? Yes, Monsieur, it's obvious, non? If you look at the plans, you will understand. The victim would have been reflected in the mirror like so. If you were sitting at the table next to him, you would have seen everything, non? So that's the old seat he was sitting in that day. When the poisoning happened. The old man was sitting at the table next to the victim? Why does that seem kind of odd? Again, how did you move the mirror? It's so heavy. Did you move the mirror while Mr. Kudo was off calling the police? Oi, exactamente, I carried it out of the restaurant. You moved a huge mirror like that all by yourself. What can I say? I know how to pick things up, handsome. Heh. Kudo actually laughed at something. Well, give the witness physique, I suppose it's possible. Did you move anything else from the crime scene, Mr. Armstrong? I look like the obliging type, none? I did not touch anything else. I mean, but I'm assuming you want me to do the poison or the thing. Medication. And we're counting again. Oh. Thank you for the help, Jax. I know, I really love this series. It's so good. But yeah, welcome in. Okay, back to counting how many statements whoever he identifies as making. Yeah. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Because I was correct about the floor plans. I just forgot which statement we needed to be like, hello, look at these floor plans. Wrong thing? Okay. Oh, crime scene photo. Brilliant. Wrong photograph, Phoenix! Really? It's fine. It's fine. That was on me. I'm sorry, Phoenix. I'm sorry. We want not the floor plans. We want the other thing. There we go. This piece of evidence contradicts with the testimony we just heard, Your Honor. The crime photo? Because there's no way you could have hidden a mirror in there. Yes, this photo clearly shows something that theoretically should not exist. What on earth do you mean by that, Mr. The giant mirror we were just talking about? It should not exist. Sounds like you're describing yourself. Wow, Godot. Now then, if the defense would please clarify the statement. What is the something that should not exist in this photo? I'm assuming it's the victim, but let's just double check that. Oh, the vase. Because you said he knocked it over. Right. Okay. Scoot. This is what should not be in this picture. I'm sorry? I'm afraid you've lost me. Oh, wrong vase. Hold it! Wait, I've changed my mind, Your Honor. The last thing I need right now is the scalding hot coffee shower. Okay. One. Two. Okay. Hold on there a minute. Okay. Back it up. Okay. Back to this. Wrong spot. That's fine. Oh, we're just gonna take a real quick little load it. Oh, right, okay. Just go back briefly. And because I forgot to save the second time around. Okay. We're just time warping ever so slightly, don't worry about it. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, okay. We do this again. Don't worry about it. Yep, okay, wrong side. It's my fault, I forgot to save. 2 and/or 3 cups of coffee later. Yeah, 3. Okay, back to this. Back to the mirror. Naturally didn't touch anything else. Right. Yep. Okay, back to it. Okay. Fighting the two halves, so we could have seen the thing. Okay. So, first we're gonna say right here, just in case they messed it up again. And now, we are going to... back to the floor plans. Crime photo. Okay. I clicked the wrong vase. Should not exist is the... yeah. Scoot. Scoot. I think it's pretty obvious that what should not be in this picture. The vase? What possible connection does that have to do with the witness's testimony? Your Honor, we went over this. I'm telling you that there should have been no vase at this table. Because it very clearly contradicts with this piece of evidence, his adorable little apology, his little oopsie doodle. There's one thing that was clearly demonstrated by yesterday's testimony. Mr. Kudo broke the vase that was on the table where he was sitting. And yet, as the court can see, there's an unbroken vase on the table next to the victim. Why? Because Mr. Kudo was not, in fact, sitting at the table next to the victim at all. Don't be an idiot, Trey. That's impossible. That's the only one Kudo could have seen the victim's reflection from. Exactly. There's only one conclusion we can draw from this contradiction. There was no mirror at Troy's band that day. Your testimony, Mr. Armstrong, is an elaborate lie. Mon Dieu! Try to confuse the court, tried. Obviously, the witness cleaned up the vase, while the police were taking their time getting to the crime scene. Unfortunately, Mr. Godot, that doesn't quite work for me. Mr. Armstrong already testified to the contrary in his own words. I did not touch anything else except the mirror. Oh no, he's steaming. Witness, what do you have to say for yourself? Sneeful. I was right. There was no mirror in the restaurant that day. In light of this revelation, we should go back to the original problem. Why did the victim have an earpiece in an ear which he couldn't hear? You only get one shot in life. There's no turning back. If you want to claim that the mirror wasn't there, try it. This problem is all yours. How do you explain what the old man saw? If I can't answer this, then I'll be that much closer to the truth. I can feel it. Are you going to be okay? Can you really solve this contradiction, Nick? There's more than just one contradiction, Maya. What do you mean? Remember what Maggie told us? There was another man at the victim's table, and there was a sample CD on the victim's table. It all flies in the face of Mr. Kudo's testimony. And I think I know the reason why nothing in this case is adding up. Because he's also being blackmailed? Well, Mr. Wright, let's hear your answer. Yes, Your Honor. The reason behind all the contradictions in Mr. Kudo's testimony is simple. Mr. Kudo made a mistake. Clearly, Mr. Kudo made a mistake. Mr. Trite, you're the one who brought up all these contradictions. And If you're trying to tell us the old man just made a mistake, we can wrap this case right now with a guilty verdict. How about it, Mr. Wright? Should I declare your client guilty? Is that about the best you can come up with, Nick? I'm sorry, Your Honor. I made a mistake. Okay. I don't think the ear doctor made a mistake, though. It's like... Hold on. Boop. Oh, okay. We're going with this. The victim was a phony? Alright. This case is riddled with contradictions. Yet there's one very simple answer that clears them all up. And what is that? The incident Mr. Kudo witnessed and the incident the victim experienced were two completely different events. What? Yes, the victim that Mr. Kudo saw wasn't Mr. Glenn Elg at all. It was an imposter. A phony pretending to be Mr. Elg, which is why I was like, that can't be right. Obviously, unlike the victim, there was nothing wrong with the imposter's left eardrum. That's how he ended up wearing the earpiece on his left ear by mistake. 4. Matui, you took that coffee just to do a spit take? Order in the court, settle down or clear the courtroom. Quiet, Gramps. Why don't you clear out of here, huh? What did you say? Tried. Are you saying that what Mr. Kudo was a setup? Yes. Someone pretended to be Glenn Elg and acted out the whole coffee poisoning. All for the express purpose of creating a witness out of one Mr. Victor Kudo. Get real, Trite. Why would anyone want to do that? Isn't it obvious? The thing Mr. Kudo was most insistent about in his testimony was... Servant Girl brought him a Javicino, but she put something in it. That servant girl, right there in the defendant's chair. I remember her well. It's so hard to believe, but... There was one, and only one reason to show Mr. Kudo this big poisoning. To show Maggie Bird as in the act of poisoning the coffee. Are you insinuating that the waitress is the old man's story was a fake as well? If that's true, there's no other customers in the restaurant at the time, but... It's also true that the chef was there. He would have noticed that this was happening. I mean, look at this. Look at this man. That's right. Well, witness, if your restaurant really was in the scene of such theatrics, you would have known about it, correct? No, this is the most difficult for me. No. No, it's quite simple. All you have to do is testify. You're under oath, after all. Was there, in fact, a phony at Trisby Inn that day? The defense demands that Mr. Armstrong tell the whole truth of what happened that day. The defense request for additional testimony is accepted. You will accurately explain in detail the events of the restaurant that day. Oh, wait. The victim, Monsieur Elg, came into my restaurant alone. I remember the old man arrived not long after him. There was no other customers. When he got word he won La Lotterie, Mon Elg became very excited. It was approximately 5 minutes later that the poisoning incident occurred. Non, it was not time for a phony to do the acting. Just so we're clear, there was no mirror in the restaurant after all? Pardon, forgive me, Your Honor. I lied because I wanted this mess to be cleared up quickly. But you've just done is commit perjury, Mr. Armstrong. I will decide how to punish you later. Oh, For now, we will hear your cross-examination, Mr. Wright, if you please. Took a perjury charge a bit too well. I'm guessing he'll be in more serious trouble after the cross-examination. Alright, let's get through this last bit, and then I'll call it. The victim in the game alone. Press it. Was he alone at his table as well? I saw him from the kitchen. Yet the defendant, Maggie Bird, remembers it differently. She swears there was another man at the victim's table. Fortunately for you, Trite, yesterday's witness also testified that the victim was alone. You know, seeing you scrum like that reminds me of a certain coffee's bittersweet bite. What kind of coffee has he been drinking? It's not coffee, it's love. It's love that's bittersweet. Hearing Maya say that makes her seem all wise all of a sudden. Okay. Okay, let's press that. So your only customers were Mr. Kudo and the victim? How many times do you need to ask the same thing, Trite? You never catch me drinking the same blend twice. Huh? You're trying to establish the presence of a phony victim in the restaurant. But you're wasting your time. You can't grind birdseed to make coffee, if you catch my drift. 5. But there's a hole in this testimony somewhere, I'm sure of it. I became very excited. Okay. Poisoning occurred. Let's go back to this. Boop. And boop. Boop. Okay, so he arrived not long after him. Press that. By old man, you mean Victor Kudo, correct? Hey, he comes in for my special coffee. I'll drink your coffee at once, Mr. Armstrong. It's special, I'll give you that. It's worth a sip just for the experience. Oh, you make me so happy, Monsieur. You're most welcome anytime. He was trying to say he was gonna die. I said it was worth one sip, and nothing more. So did Mr. Kudo arrive at the restaurant at the same time as the victim? Maybe I should ask about his arrival in more detail. What time was it? Out of curiosity, about what time was it when Mr. Kudo arrived? Oh no, I cannot remember, Monsieur. I believe we were told by the witness yesterday. Crime was reported at 2:25 by a kind of scary old man, sir. Does that perhaps jog your memory, witness? The incident appeared about 20 minutes after he arrived. Happened. So the victim must have arrived at 2, and between 2:10. Just after 2, huh? Thank you for your help in jogging my memory, Monsieur. You are wonderful. Can't sit here all and do nothing, can I? Time of the add to testimony. Everything I do it for you. Merci bien, that's French, isn't it? Ha ha ha. I'm glad at least one person is in a good mood. He's even humming a song to himself. Did it long after, just after 2 p.m. So let's tab over to the because where was the lottery ticket? Okay, not the lottery ticket. Calendar. Okay, that says meet with the tiger at 1:30. Okay. So, present. There we go. I'm afraid I finally got you, Mr. Armstrong. What? What do you mean? At the time in question, the victim was listening to the radio with his earpiece. The show he was listening to was Millionaire Radio. Each week, they announced the winning numbers of a $500,000 lottery ticket. Oh, that must be the show Mr. Monelg was listening to. I can't see any problem with this testimony, Mr. Wright. I wonder. You said the victim arrived at your restaurant after 2 p.m., correct? Oi, I'm sure of it. I remember it perfectly now. I know that time, because I had just been disturbing my lunch menu. Get to the point, Trite, if you have one. That show is broadcast live at 1:30, and it claims to be the most thrilling 10 minutes of your life. It's on the air at 1:30? Now, supposedly, the victim made some noise when it was announced that he had won. And yet, I don't believe his cry of joy could have occurred after 2. Because the show had already finished more than 30 minutes earlier by this point in time. No! This victim we've been told about has done nothing but the impossible. Listening to the radio with a ruptured eardrum. Catching a show that was already over. The only conclusion you can draw from these facts, the victim was an imposter, acting at the poisoning 30 minutes after the real murder. Yes, there were 2 Glen Elgs at Trisbean that day. The real Glen Elg, now dead, having been poisoned by the real killer, and the phony Glen Elg, acting out the 2 events for Mr. Kudo to witness. It certainly seems that way. I mean, if it wasn't the case, how would you explain the time discrepancy? Quite a performance, Trite. You're almost on a roll. But sadly, you lack the rock-hard foundation of rhyming to build your song, or rhythm to build your song. What is this, Music Theory 101? Let's recap. According to your imaginative theory, just now, after 2 p.m., Phony Elg was performing a play for the benefit of Mr. Kudo. How do you explain, then, where the real Glen Elg was? I don't believe I have to spell this out for the court. However, at the time, the real Glen Elg was already dead. That's certainly obvious. The obvious conclusion. Thank you, Trite. That's exactly what I was hoping you would say. What? Now, I presume you can prove this theory of yours? Can you explain where the missing corpse went to? The missing corpse? According to the old man's testimony, hello, kitty. There was only one other customer there, and it wasn't my kitty cat. That customer was the phony Glen Elg. And where did the killer hide the body of the real victim? Yarg! The prosecution has a valid point, Mr. Wright. If your theory is to stand up to examination by the court, you must prove it to us with proof by answering the prosecutor's question. Where did the killer hide the body? Yes, Your Honor. No conjure, Trite. Let's hear some facts for once. Show the court a piece of evidence that proves where the body was hidden. Evidence? What's with the intense pressure all of a sudden? I thought I had him with the contradiction. But he turned it all around and backed me into a corner instead. Well, Mr. Wright, the court will now hear the defense's theory and evidence. First, where was the body of the real Mr. Elg concealed? Inside Trisbean. It would have been too dangerous to take the body outside. Obviously, the body must have been hidden somewhere inside Trisbean. Interesting. Where could the body have been hidden? In the restaurant? In the kitchen? Perhaps you care to show the court the plans, Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor. The exact location of the body of the kitchen the kitchen would make the most sense. The body was in here. I see. Nice supposition. But the real question is, can you back it up? Where's the evidence that proves the body was hidden in that location? Let's go, small bottle! Mr. Armstrong, do you recognize this bottle? No. I have never seen that ugly bottle before in my life. Only of the very best bottles, monsieur. The highest quality, only for me. What's in the bottle found, Mr. Wright? Interestingly enough, Your Honor, it was found in the kitchen in Trisbean. What? But I only use these bottles for my aromatherapy oils. But this bottle doesn't contain aromatherapy oil, Mr. Armstrong. No, it contains medication. What kind of medication? A topical medication used for eardrops. I'm sure everyone remembers, don't they? Mr. Elg visited orthodontist and given the medication that day. 6? Or 5? You can't be serious. The defense had the contents of the bottle analyzed, and I have the lab results here. The contents of the bottle match up with the prescription that was given to Mr. Elg. Mr. Glen Elg's murder hit the body in the restaurant kitchen, at which time this bottle fell out of the victim's pocket. Mr. Armstrong, when the incident occurred, didn't you say we were in the kitchen? Yes, you know what I'm about to say. It was you who hit the victim's body. You did a fine job pretending to defend my client, Maggie Bird, however. You were setting her up to take the fall for the poor girl's... Up to the poor girl... You were setting her up to take the fall behind the poor girl's back. No one... Order. This is an extraordinary development. Did you murder Glenelle? Never! I could not do such a horrible thing. Oh, no. Oh. Mr. Godot, is it safe to drink that much caffeine? The bitterness. Every time I get lied to, I always down a mug of coffee. It's one of my rules. Oh my god, your heart rate. The slightest idea how many cups you've had by now? It's like 6. And I like to do the same to the person who lied to me. I'd like to take them down with my empty cup. Listen up, chef. How about a brand new flavor in your ear, my H-deficient friend? Jada, pardon, please, you must hear me out. It's a trap, listen to me. Por favor. You hablo español, Mr. Armstrong, and por favor is Spanish. I'm only going to ask you once. Did you do it? None. None. Absolutely none. Let's hear it. You've got one shot. Right, Gramps? Witness, the court will permit your chance to make one final statement. If you lie under oath again, Mr. Godot's coffee mug awaits you. As does my gavel. Wait, is clear. Did they always say in the movies? I've got a bad feeling about this. Very well. Begin your final testimony, Mr. Arms. Okay, we'll finish this up. The confession. It's true. I hid the body in La Kitchen. A man forced me to do it. I had no choice. I had to go along with because there were reasons why I could not refuse. But I did not kill him. I swear, you must believe me. You were forced? By who? I cannot say. Or I will be erased. Let's try a different question, then. When Mr. Oak died, was he really the only person at his table? There was... another. There was another man. I knew it. Maggie was telling the truth. You may cross-examine the witness now, Mr. Bright. There's just one more thing I need to do. Gotta break this guy. Gotta get him to tell him the name of the real killer. I'm out of time. We'll save here. 'Cause I'm out of time. Okay. Well, we'll hopefully pick this up. And it won't be forever. Alright, but I will find somebody to raid. Thank you all for coming out today. Even though I have a feeling it's just a couple of you, but I still appreciate it. Hold on. Yep, okay. Alright. Okie dokie. Let's do... So, raid message to 1 if you're subbed. And raid message 2 if you're not. Let's see who's going today. Let's do... let's do Mr. Game & Snacks, who is doing an actual affiliate anniversary and doing Sonic Origins. I think that'll be fun. So that is where I will send you. Alright, I'll see everybody later. Bye!